a small Kansas town is grieving the loss of a young, talented student.
Now, Spring Hill High School football player died after collapsing on the sidelines. Chris Hernandez is live in Spring Hill, where it's been a very tough and emotional day. Chris?
Now, Mark and Elizabeth, grief counselors have been here at Spring Hill High School all day to help students deal with this tragedy. Nathan Stiles was simply an all-American kid, very well known here. We've talked with the family's pastor. She was at the hospital with the family overnight. She tells us a little bit about what happened and why this is such a tragic loss for the entire community. He had scored 2 touchdowns in the game at Osawatomie, but 17-year-old Nathan Stiles was playing in his first game since suffering a concussion earlier this month.
He had had a concussion about 3 weeks beforehand. He was out of the games. He did not play. He followed the doctor's orders. He was released for the last game of the season in Osawatomie.
Lori Johnston is the family's pastor at Hillsdale Presbyterian Church and says Nathan was strong on the field and strong in his faith. About 50 people were praying at the hospital until 4 a.m. when they released him.
We prayed and fought for Nathan that he would come back to us until the end. And obviously that wasn't God's will for him.
She says it's like losing her own child, and it's hard to believe that such a talented young man is gone.
Nathan was an awesome, awesome kid. He was a Christian. He didn't drink. He didn't smoke. He didn't party. 4.0 student. Great athlete. Madrigal singer. Had a beautiful voice.
Nathan would have turned 18 on Tuesday. Now, no one is sure if there's any particular play that triggered Nathan's collapse, and the exact cause of death has not been released or may not even be known yet. Coming up tonight at 6, you will hear from some of his fellow students and one last message from the pastor on behalf of Nathan himself. Reporting live in Spring Hill, Chris Hernandez, NBC Action News.
All right, Chris, thank you. Now, just a few hours ago, Nathan Stiles' family released this statement. It reads in part, quote, "We are comforted by our faith and our friends and will always rejoice for having Nathan in our lives. There's been an overwhelming community support for the family and friends of Nathan. Tonight, a vigil will be held at Grace Community Church in Spring Hill. It begins at 7 o'clock.
Well, Nathan's death raises even more questions about the safety of football. The pressure to compete has left many players with life-threatening injuries. A recent report says half of all high school players have suffered at least one concussion. 35% have had more than one. During the last 10 years, at least 50 high school or younger players in more than 20 states have died or suffered serious head injuries on the field. Doctors say to keep an eye on student athletes for the symptoms of a dangerous head injury.
Headache, nausea, vomiting, amnesia, and we do see, commonly we see sleep disturbances with those types of athletes after they have a concussion.
Parents can learn more about concussions in a special section on our webpage. Go to NBCActionNews.com and click on News, then Health. And the focus of head injuries goes all the way to the professional level. The NFL is considering new rules to help minimize the number of dangerous hits on the field. The league could start suspending players for dangerous helmet-to-helmet hits. We posted a link to this story and much more information about concussions. Again, it's on our homepage, NBCActionNews.com.